Excuse me. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I wanted to jump on and say what's up. I'm in my car, obviously, in my little Prius. I haven't been in here in like forever. I work out of my home. Like I just love my little Prius. I was all about like Beamers and all that before, and then like 3 years ago, I'm like, I don't have to show off my going to work every day, being this guy. And I just love my Prius. It's so simple. But the reason why I'm here, I don't even know why I was sharing that. The reason why I'm here is I am now, my baby mama is having an ultrasound and she's not feeling so good. And it's quite a ride to be able to come and support her and just really be there and see what this whole process of having a baby during COVID-19. It's really fucking bananas. Imagine, let's say you're in that situation. Hey, Sarah, I have an answer to the question, by the way, that Shannon asked, and I really want to share it with you. What's up, Tammy? It's nice to see you. I'm here in Victoria, and Diana is having her ultrasound, and they don't allow us in, and it's really tense. You can really see the tension in the people working in that field, right? Me, I'm always in my, lately, especially lately, I've always felt like I've been in my heart. So wherever I go, I'm like, hey, like whatever. I'm like, hey, how are you? How are you doing? And people's responses comes back. I can feel their energy. And a lot of times people are like in this space where there's a wall around their hearts. We're in such a state of fear. We're in such a state of panic that it's like there's a wall around our hearts. We're trying to protect ourselves. And the way that shows up when you're in interpersonal kind of communication dynamics is there's an inauthenticity to it. Hi there, how are you? Like you literally can feel it in people. It's kind of like a two-dimensional. There's a front. This is how everybody is. This is literally like a two-dimensional world we live in right now because we're collectively in a dysregulated state of fear. And it's just bananas. Knowing what I know, the reason why I'm having this conversation, knowing what I know about nervous system regulation, my baby is in this moment growing. It's like 11, 12 weeks. I'm not sure. I don't even know if it's going to be a boy or a girl. We have no idea. And based on her recommendation, I'm like, tell me now. And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, fine. She made a counter argument of why it's a good idea for me to wait. Exactly, Tammy. Why it's a good idea for me to wait. And so I was like, okay, fine. All right. So I don't know if it's a boy or girl. And I'm like, I actually like the not knowing, which is really neat because there's an anticipation and I have my mind wants one thing. My ego wants one thing. And so I know that everything that she's going through right now, everything she's going through in this moment, the baby is impacted. So it's kind of like when you do research and you start listening to people who have had pregnancies during world wars, pregnancies during Holocaust. Okay, what do you think? Take a wild guess, write it in the comment section if you can see me. What do you think was the impact of being in utero while you were going through a world war, while you were going through? Take a wild guess what that is. What you'll see is the people were constantly in a deep state of alarm, like this background. There's a background anxiety. There's a background sense of like always floating around in the back, and it's not conscious. It's in your unconscious mind, which is your body, which started in utero. So understanding this, what do you think that does to me? Discovering I'm going to be a dad, getting married, and having a baby in the midst of COVID-19. All of a sudden, it's like everything I've ever learned in my entire life about healing, about transformation, about taking responsibility for your triggers rather than reactivity. Doesn't matter how much work you do about, lines and columns, solving past issues. If you're not able to take a trigger in the moment and expand the space between stimulus and response, Your life will, you'll be run by your unconscious complexes. You'll be sabotaging yourself. You'll get into drama triangles again and again, and then your life doesn't work, all simply because that space between your stimulus and response isn't that wide. Mind-blowing. Right now, in this period, right now as we speak in this period, my baby is being born during this, one of these things where we're going to look back on babies during the COVID pandemic, and we're going to see cases of trauma, kind of like people pregnant during 9/11, right? There's an impact. Knowing what I know about nervous system, I can't just sweep that shit under the rug, you know what I'm saying? And so my number one goal becomes to make sure that she is constantly feeling safe and loved. This morning, I wake up, as I wake up and I'm kissing her and I'm telling her how much she means to me, how grateful I am, I go right down to that belly and I start talking to that little fucker. And I'm like, hey bro, hey sis, whatever you are, I'm good with you. Number one, whatever you are, you're a boy, you're a girl, doesn't matter. I love you regardless, number one. Okay? I love you regardless. And even though sometimes my ego wants a son, that's bullshit. Don't make it. It's got nothing to do with you. I know, because I've taken too many people. Come on in, hun. I've taken too many. I'm just on the Facebook Live. How did it go?
Good. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody.
How did it go?
Good. I got baby photos.
Can I show them?
There's the little baby's head.
Oh my gosh. There's our little baby's head.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
He was having a nap.
Did you cry?
Maybe.
This is so funny. So what becomes my number one goal is to make sure that I have her, look at that, look at her face. Yeah. My number one goal is to have her feeling like that as often as possible without sacrificing myself in a way where I'm abandoning myself. Please understand, it's not about creating codependency. I hold myself first. I can't help her feel this way. I love you. She's kind of stoked about these photos.
The chiropractor and you should enjoy the little vertebrae.
I get to see the little spine of my baby. Woo! Now that is huge, okay? So the question that I'm constantly asking, Nima's jealous he couldn't be there. It's so true, Tammy. Yeah. As soon as they were like, I'm sorry, but there's only one of you allowed. And I was like, oh. And how did you feel when you heard that I couldn't come in with you?
I cried. I cry about everything.
Pregnant moms, you get this? She freaking cries about everything. Okay, so it's like, okay, so she's crying. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. And so she's like, why do I keep crying? I'm like, no, cry. Please get this. Write this down. I am to cry as often as possible. I am to cry as often as possible. Tammy, we will, don't worry. I'm to cry as often as possible so that I can bring my nervous system into a relaxed state. This is the key. This is so important. And Diana totally understands. She's not feeling like, you're not feeling like neglected right now, are you?
No, but I'm hungry. It's a thing.
Okay, all right. I gotta feed my pregnant wife to be. But how do we get you during this COVID crisis, especially if you got a little baby on the way? How do we make sure that you stay regulated? How? By letting yourself cry, by going back into your tears. This is what we're going to be doing on Sunday, by the way, 2.5 hours. I'm going to be guiding you through a breathwork meditation. It's going to be an inner child breathwork meditation. I've put it together. I've integrated it. It will blow your fucking mind. If you love breathwork, great. If you love inner child work, great. Imagine doing the two together. That's what we're going to do. And already there's 50 people registered from all four corners of the world. You're going to be joined by people in Dubai. You're going to be joined by people in Australia. People in New Zealand are going to be there. Like, this is it. And we're all coming together. And are you going to do it? No, you're not going to do it, are you?
He wants me to cry some more.
Yeah, well, I do. I want her to cry as often as possible. And if you have been going through COVID-19, you've been dealing with the impacts like the rest of us, and if you don't know how to access your heart through this and go into your tears to help release that nervous system, like fight or flight or freeze. This is the best way to get you out of dorsal vagal shutdown. The best way to get you out of dorsal vagal shutdown. The reason why we're both like this and we're like, hey, what's going on? COVID-19, bring it on, is because we don't fight back our tears. We've cried more during these like 3 days than I think I have, but they've just been, whenever something comes up, I go back into them. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a community of people. Let me know in the comments if you're already signed up. Okay? Good. Yes, their tears are coming up. You've noticed during my workshops, my tears come up and I fucking let them fly because I know that my nervous system that's amped up in all this shit and all the change dramatically forced upon you by mommy and daddy of the universe, and I want to go into my wounds. And so I'm letting myself go into these wounds of my inner child that doesn't like to be forced, that doesn't like authority, that doesn't like change, that wants to play the victim. All of that is there with you. Yes, Maureen, you're there. All of that is with you. You carrying it with you. But we've never been taught how to access those parts, fall into our emotions, release them, and then lower our nervous system dysregulation and get us back into ventral vagal, and then share in community. Ventral vagal, that part of us that is creative, that's connected. It's there in your brain. The problem is you're in dorsal vagal shutdown. And if I don't feed this woman soon, she's going to go into sympathetic. She's going to start getting hangry. What else is going to happen?
I'm always hangry.
She's always hangry, and she's going to go into dorsal vagal shutdown. One of the ways that I know she's in ventral vagal is her voice. Her voice goes into this really cute little melodious. Do you notice it? It's really cute.
No idea what he's talking about.
Okay, that is a trick I'm going to teach you as we go, how to be able to spot when a loved one is in dorsal vagal, which I totally know what she sounds like when she's in dorsal vagal shutdown, right? Okay, I'm like, shit, she's in dorsal vagal. I know exactly what to do. When she's in sympathetic, like, fuck you, Nima, I'm pissed off at you.
Which happens daily.
Pretty much once a day when she goes into sympathetic. And then how to recognize when she's in those places, not take it personally, because it's never about me. I'm always perfect. And then turn it into helping her get back up into her heart, get into her tears, find her connection with herself. Why am I doing this? Because there's a baby in here that requires mom during this wartime of COVID-19 to be able to look back and go, yeah, I was fine. I was more deeply connected than ever. I feel safe in my body. There isn't this background alarm going on. There isn't this background sense of this distress, which is basically how these traumas get passed from generation to generation, and it's not your fault, and it didn't start with you. So you can just go ahead and drop the shame about it and take on and say, okay, I'm not going to live in shame. I'm not going to be afraid of what I've done or haven't done. It's all been done out of unconscious kind of intergenerational trauma that I take full responsibility for being a part of. And instead of being reactive, I'm going to be able to respond. How? By going into my heart, by healing my old wounds so that I can show up resilient, show up adaptable, show up healthy, show up more connected with people than ever, but not bullshitting, but being real about it. I urge you to join us for Breathwork. I'm going to send the link in the comments. Actually, just look it up. I'm busy with her. I'm taking care of her. Go into the comments, into the Facebook group. Scroll up and down. Click that. It's $5. It's 2.5 hours of coaching, inner child meditation. And if you can't afford the $5, okay, it's not about that. It's about you investing in the community, making it a part of like your well-being, healing your nervous system, and it's totally affordable. If you literally can't afford it, send me a DM. We will sort you out. It's not about that. It's about you showing up, being part of a community and saying, hey, I'm with you. I'm here. We're all here for the same intention. We're all here to feel our emotions, to move energy through our body, to unfreeze our nervous systems, because we've been told by mom and dad, go to your room. Go to your room. You're in a timeout. So I can't run, can't fight. So I go into a freeze. So there's one answer. And the answer is to unfreeze yourself. And I urge you to join us for the sake of your family. Here's why, not just about you. Because the way that you can connect a disconnected kid is by being connected to yourself first. We see it all the time. The clients that work with us end up becoming better parents. Not because we give parenting advice, because you've now reparented the parts of you that are calling on you, that are begging for you to return home to them. When you do, all of a sudden you get kids a lot better, and you're able to be that what you weren't able to receive from your parents because they didn't know either. They were a kind of like part of the cycle. And you can now heal your kids, heal you, heal your kids, and then heal your ancestors and have amazing relationships, which is really what this is all about. Hopefully that was relevant for you. And I hope I answered the question. The question was, how do I go from unconscious incompetence with this work, because I can't handle my triggers, to then consciously incompetent, okay? To then becoming more consciously competent, Shannon asked. Well, the answer is very simple. The answer is you're now emerging through conscious incompetence. You didn't know what you didn't know. You just started with this, dude. This is a lifelong practice. It's like what you just asked is, God, when am I going to learn to dance? I've never like salsa'd before. When am I going to be a fucking world-class performer? What am I going to say? I'm going to say, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You need to fucking make this a discipline. And then on the other side are healthy relationships and an ability to go through COVID feeling more connected, more loving, more response able, and able to help those people around you that need you the most to show up for them at the greatest version of you. This here and this here. That's all that matters right there. What's that for you? I want you to write in the comment section who that is for you. Who are you doing this for? Write their names. Because if you don't have a why big enough, you're gonna get scared. You're gonna run away and you're gonna let your fears take over. Think bigger than that. Think bigger than your fears. It's not about your fucking fears. It's not about you. This is not about you. This is about future generations and your ancestors who have no idea about this reality. And we're on the brink of something massive if we just wake up and say, I'm going to stop the intergenerational trauma because I don't want to keep passing on my unconsciousness to my poor fucking kids who just want to be seen, heard, and loved for who they are, and parents that love themselves enough that they'll be able to handle their fucking triggers around me and not make me at the effect of them. Because that really, really hits home. Okay? That really hits home. You feel it. You literally feel it. It's in your body. Somebody raises their voice at you a little bit and says, Wendy, Melinda! All of a sudden, what happens? Your father's voice comes in. That's what I'm talking about. That's the background alarm. That's the trauma we're here to break so that you're responsible. It's not about you. It's not about you. This is the great news. So you can get past your fears. Join us on Sunday for this breathwork session. Imagine 200 people globally from different parts of the world breathing intentionally together, surrendering to their emotions, getting into a ventral vagal state together, and then sharing what they just discovered. Could that possibly heal the world? Yes, it could. This is what our ancestors did. It's time for us to get back to what our ancestors did. This is what this COVID thing is trying to wake us up to. But we're just too much in our fear to see it. It's waking us up. It's like the collective, all our ancestors are basically giving the world a shake, going, stop your fucking unconsciousness. Get back into what's real, into your hearts, into your emotions, healing yourself, getting into community. We're not gonna, you can't distract yourselves any longer. What a fucking gift. I'm super grateful that you're here with me. I hope you will keep swimming towards this. Shannon, it was a great question. It just keep fucking going. You're not supposed to have any clue yet, but you've now got a clue of how unconscious you get when you get triggered. Welcome to the fucking game. The question is, are you ready to put aside your excuses and go after those to get into your heart so that you can stop seeing yourself as a victim everywhere you go? That's the question. And I'm so grateful that I have this community. Thanks for asking these questions. Please post in the group. And anybody who is already a client who's been doing this work for a while, okay, please answer Shannon's question, because you can totally see her stuckness with it. Okay, the people who we've been working with for the last year before COVID-19, they're all saying the same thing. Oh my God, I'm not losing my shit. Oh my God, I'm able to regulate myself through all this. I'm like showing up as a leader for everyone. I'm like, exactly. That's the whole point. And it's going to get worse. We don't know how long this is going to go. It's like World War III. Imagine where they were in World War II. When's this going to end? That's what everybody's thinking. And that's normal to think that way. It'd be wise for the answer to be, regardless of what it is, we're going to let it run its course, and I'm going to take this time to get deeply centered with who I am, so that when it emerges, a new version of me can emerge, ready to serve with whatever the fuck people need right now. And trust me, they will need you then more than ever. Why? Because they're walking around with PTSD. Everyone is. Are you going to be one of those statistics, or are you going to be the one to help those statistics? I know what I'm going to be. The question is, are you willing to do that as well? You want to find a purpose? I don't know what my purpose is. You want to find a purpose? How about this? People around you after this thing is over will be in a full-blown state of freeze. So what are you going to do to help them? You can't do shit if you're in a state of freeze. Thank you for being here for this transmission. Stay with the work, Shannon. Do not go all in. You're on the right track. You're now aware of your triggers. You're now aware of your unconsciousness. You're able to see yourself from an out-of-body experience. Well done. You're on your way. You just started and you haven't really gone all in. You just started like last week again. You started up again last week. Let's see how far you'd love to go. You know where this is going to lead you. You know you can't hide any longer. Keep going. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you for the question. And we'll see you. I'm going to go feed my pregnant fiance. When are we getting married?
In 18 days.
18 days. 17 days now. Yeah. We're getting married, and we're doing it on Zoom with people. Not everybody. It's not public, but crazy times.